Today we are going to discuss a very important topic from the subject of learning. This is the topic called Indian monsoon. So we have heard about monsoon from the farmers in the fields and the parliamentarians. Everyone wants to know how monsoon will be for this year. Even the economists want to understand how will the monsoon is for this year and what will be the impact of monsoon over the economy. And from the perspective of civil service examination, this is one of the most important topics. Not just from the buildings perspective, but also for professions. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss how the monsoon forms, what is the mechanism of monsoon, and how the monsoon onset over the India. We have the outline map of India. This is Tropic of Cancer, and this is equator, 0 degree. And just below it, we have the Tropic of Capricorn. To understand the monsoon, we have to understand this word. What is the meaning of monsoon? Monsoon means the seasonal reversal of winds in rainfall to the regions of continent. Right? That means in a particular season the winds will come, bring lots of moisture, and we have a huge rainfall in a season. And just next season we have the winds going back to their original place. So this is how the seasonal reversal of winds bring rainfall to the regions of continent. Right? So, right now, during the advancing monsoon season, is the month of June to September. So during the month of June, we have the sun and the Tropic of Cancer. Right? Tropic of Cancer, that means we have the low atmospheric pressure near the Tropic of Cancer on the northern plains. Also, we have the low atmospheric pressure on the equatorial plate. So, too low pressure because of the high temperature we have during the month of June. Same like here near the southern ocean, we have high pressure because of low temperature. So, the winds move from the high pressure to the low pressure winds. That means the winds from the southern ocean will move toward the low pressure over the northern plains. So this is how the winds is coming toward the India. This is the southern hemisphere, the winds is coming toward the equator. Because of the mobility source and the fellow said, the winds will deviate its path in the direction right or left. Right or left? Left direction in the southern hemisphere. Okay. These winds are moving in the left direction. And when these winds will reach 5 degrees south latitude near the equator, they will face almost zero coordinate force. And this is why the winds will move just north and south direction. So the deviation, we do not see deviation here because of the zero coordinate force. After 5 degrees north, these winds will again start to deviate from its path because of the coordinate force. In right or left direction? Right direction. Because of the coordinate force, winds move in the right direction. These trade winds coming from the southern ocean called as southeasterly trade winds crosses the equator and coming from the southwest direction toward the India. These are the winds which we call monsoon winds. So when these monsoon winds will reach toward the peninsular India, these winds will bifurcate into two parts. The first one is Arabian Sea branch, and the second one is Bay of Bengal branch. Right? So the Arabian Sea branch, first we will understand how the Arabian Sea branch takes its journey from the southern part of India to the Himalayas. So first of all, this Arabian Sea branch will collide with the mountain range called as Western Ghats. Right? So these Western Ghats mountains, when the winds coming from the Indian Ocean with lots of moisture collide with the Western Ghats mountains on the southern slope of Western Ghats, what will happen? These winds will move in the upper direction. As we move up in the troposphere, the temperature will get decreased. And as the temperature will get decreased, the relative humidity of the winds will increase. And this is why when the relative humidity, like here we have 60% knowledge and 70, 80, 90, 100. When the relative humidity reaches up to 100%, after that the moisture will get condensed and clouds will begin to form. So here we are at the western slope of Western Ghats, where huge rainfall will occur up to 200 centimeters. And this is the reason why we have tropical evergreen forest on the western slope of Western Ghats. But when these monsoon winds will move from the upward direction and reach up to southern slope of eastern slope of Western Ghats, these winds will start to descend and we will face the adiabatic increase of temperature. As the winds will move downward, what will happen? The temperature of these winds will get increased. As the temperature increases, the relative humidity will also decrease. And this is why we don't have rainfall on the eastern slope of Western Ghats. Okay. So in this diagram we have seen when winds will coming from the Arabian Sea, they have huge moisture, trillions of gallons, trillions of liters of moisture colliding with the Western Ghats, and huge rainfall will occur on the western slope of Western Ghats. Just behind it we have rain shadow. Like suppose we have a tube light or a bulb right in front of me, light is coming toward me, I will block the light and it will be shadow. Similar like we have the situation of rain shadow event just behind the Western Ghats on the eastern slope. The rainfall here at the western slope is 200 centimeters, while just behind it we have less than 60 centimeters or 70 centimeters of rainfall. Some of the winds will coming in direction, and what will happen? There are huge gaps between these mountain ranges. These gaps are called as ghats. Example like Gaur Ghat, Tal Ghat, Pal Ghat. These ghats will make it way for this Arabian Sea branch to enter inside the Deccan Plateau. And these winds will bring little rainfall, up to 60-70 centimeters. So this is why this is a rain shadow region but not arid region. Some of the region will face little rainfall, and this is why we call it semi-arid region. Then some of the winds will move in northern direction. We have Gir and Girnar forest. Gir forest, you know, Gir forest where we have the animal. Which famous animal we can see in the Gir forest? Asiatic lion. Asiatic lion. We have the mountain hills called as Gir and Girnar. Arabian Sea branch moving in the northern direction, collide with the Gir and Girnar mountains. Southern slope will face huge rainfall up to 200 centimeters. Just behind it we have the ancient ranges. The Kathiawar region is a semi-arid region because most of the rainfall is blocked by these mountain ranges. Then some of the winds will move in the northern direction and they will move parallel to the Aravallis. Here we can see the orientation of Aravalli is such a way that the Aravalli hills are almost parallel to the Arabian Sea branch mountain winds. So this is why we don't have any orographic rainfall in the Rajasthan region because of the Arabian Sea branch, right? Then the winds will move in the northern direction up to Himalayas. The Shimalik range will face little rainfall because most of the moisture gets lost because of rainfall. In this region, there we have little rainfall in the southern point of Aravalli, called as the Guru Shikhar hill, right? Guru Shikhar, up to 150 centimeters. So this is how the story of Arabian Sea branch we can see. It began from the Southern Ocean and moving toward the Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, and colliding with the Western Ghats, which is Arabian Sea, Aravalli Hills, and colliding with the Himalayas. Then, this branch has a system, the Bay of Bengal branch. The Bay of Bengal branch is coming toward Bangladesh. What will happen? Bangladesh is almost a flat topography. So because of the flat topography, there will be no orographic rainfall. Except for incident of convectional rainfall, we don't see any orographic rainfall because almost flat topography we can see in the Bangladesh region, right? Just about in the north of Bangladesh, we have the state of Meghalaya, in which we have three range of hills called as Garo, Khasi and Jaintia. So here, these Bay of Bengal branch bends with huge moisture, collide with these hills and huge rainfall will occur in this region. The city of the town of Cherrapunji, Mysore, these regions face around the rainfall of 1000 centimeters. So this is the region where we can see the highest rainfall compared to any region in the world. Some of the mountain belts will enter in the Purvanchal Himalayas where we have different mountain ranges like this Altai Bump, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, we have Giri, Vishmi, Abor, Tapna. These hills will trap the monsoons. Huge moisture will bring up to 200 centimeters of rainfall. And this is why we have the tropical evergreen forests in the northeastern region of India. Then these monsoon belts colliding with the Purvanchal Himalayas and then they start their journey toward west. Because of the friction, because of the Himalayas, their direction will change for the west. And the monsoon belts moving from east to west, their moisture content will get decreased. We have more than 200 centimeters of rainfall in the northeast region of India, then 180 centimeters of rainfall in the west Bengal. Then just east of it, west of it, we have Bihar state where we can see near Patna we have 150 centimeters of rainfall. Then we have Allahabad, Prayagraj region where we can see around 100 centimeters of rainfall. Then these winds will face a obstruction in the form of Aravalli Hills. Aravalli Hills are standing in front of them. The winds will collide with them and bring rainfall up to 50 to 60 centimeters on the eastern side of Aravalli Hills. Just west of it, we have rain shadow region. Like we have the rain shadow region in the Western Ghat regions, similar we have rain shadow region just behind the Aravallis. And this is the reason why we have hard desert. Some of the monsoon belts of Bay of Bengal branch will move in the northern direction. So in the northern direction we have Greater Himalayas, Shimalik. These mountain ranges will almost block these monsoon belts. Huge rainfall will occur in this region. Some of the belts will passes through the gaps and reach up to Jaskar range. This Jaskar range will completely block this mountain range. Mountain belts. Huge steady rainfall will occur in the southern slope of western Jaskar range. And just north of Jaskar range we have rain shadow region. And because of this rain shadow region, we have the cold desert of India called as Ladakh. So Ladakh is a cold desert because we have rain shadow region here. It is a desert because of the less rainfall, but it is cold because of the higher rainfall. We have less than 10 centimeters of rainfall in the Thar desert and less than 10 centimeters of rainfall in the Ladakh region. So this is how the monsoon belts bifurcate into two parts, Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea branch, and they will make their journey throughout the India. Some of the Aravalli Arabian Sea branch monsoon belts will enter the passes of rift valleys of Narmada and Tapti region. Okay. The monsoon belts will enter in the rift valleys and will collide with the northern hills, the Satpura mountains, and brings rainfall up to 150 centimeters. Similar like the Narmada valley, we have just north of Narmada, which rain, Vindhya. So these monsoon belts will collide with the Vindhya range and bring 150 centimeters of rainfall. So this is how we can see the advancing monsoon season from the month of June, September. The first of June will bring rainfall in the Kerala region, and 1st of July will bring rainfall in the Haryana and Rajasthan region. So this is what we can see the onset of monsoon, and we have discussed how monsoon forms, the onset of monsoon, and we have also discussed how the monsoon events bring different kind of vegetation because of the different level of rainfall in different regions, like 200 centimeters of rainfall, tropical everything. While here we can see the tropical deciduous forest. Thank you.